GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to In the Zone. Dave Delgado here with Jeralyn Mesa, bikini competitor. Congratulations on back-to-back top finishes. But now you're looking at getting that pro card. You're leaving Island, heading to Japan.
Yes, I am.
Let's talk about that decision-making process of when it came to mind, like, hey, this show in Japan is possible, and I'm going to go ahead and do it.
So what really made me commit to this show was just because after Guam, I already had it in mind of doing a national show if I qualified, which I did. And national shows are held throughout the year, which I would have to wait till next year. Also considering, like starting prep all over again, which is another 12 weeks out. And when we found out about this Japan show, which was also a pro card qualifier, I decided to commit to it a few days after Guam show. So I really just had a day or two to celebrate. But things that I really had to consider was just, school. If I could commit to it with the semester coming to an end, and then also with, finances. I was able to get a lot of people who were very generous and believe in my passion for fitness and this sport. So
it says a lot. I mean, the fitness scene on Island, social media. People see you in the gym, the dedication with Steve being your coach and him believing in what you're doing and the quick turnaround. I mean, from the Guam show to now, how your body is. And you said it yourself, Steve really knows the things that make your body react in a certain way and how to get that package ready.
Yes. So, for my last show, my first show in 2018, and how my physique from now compared to now, my body really has changed just in 1 year, and we were both really happy with the physique that I brought to the Guam show, and I feel like it could do well in Japan. So we're really just hoping for the best.
Yeah, and talk about some of the training from getting ready. You didn't have to start from scratch. You were already in shape, but trying to maintain that figure. I mean, what was the workouts like? Was it a little bit more weights this time, or were you just really focusing on the cardio part?
Well, the show's 4 weeks apart from Guam and Japan, and within those weeks, honestly, you can make a big difference even in just 2 weeks. So what we really wanted to do was make sure that I came in a lot tighter and drier, also leaner. So I did boost up my cardio. It was a lot more intense, and I also did double sessions more than I did for Guam, but again, double intense sessions. And then with the training, we kind of stuck to the same training. We focused on trying to bring more work on weaker areas, like such as my glutes, and bringing out more of my hamstring ties. And then it all really just ties down to these last few days, which is with the water retention and sodium, water managing. So this is where.
And mentally, like you said, it was a short celebration. Usually we see a lot of pictures after an event, boxes of donuts, the go-to foods. But did you really have to tell yourself, okay, let's not get too out of hand with the celebration? This is a good win for myself, but the long-term goal is that pro card. So mentally, did you have to just say, hey, let's get right back into training mode?
Yes. I was given maybe a day or two to celebrate, which is, you actually, coming off from a diet like that, you can't really celebrate because your body is just, the way it takes in the food that you've been deprived from for so long. So I have to say, like, even with celebrating, I didn't really get to let loose. So jumping back into it wasn't too bad, but the mentality wise was probably the most tough part, because I see, everyone that competed in the show, they're done and they're enjoying and they're relaxing, So that was one thing that I always had to keep in mind, that I have to push myself and, you know, get myself to the gym, get my cardio done, because I'm pretty much doing this on my own now, and you kind of have to find the motivation somewhere. So.
And for those people that did donate and contribute to your trip, it must feel pretty good to know that many people are in your corner supporting you and believing in what you're doing.
Yes, I mean, this even has to go with, I'll make a couple of shout outs. Of course, my parents, you know, they believe in me. They run Jay's Jumper and Rental. And then I Get Tire and Lube, AJ Mendiola, he also made a great, he made a contribution, and I greatly appreciate it. A lot of my family and friends, you know, they just contributed whatever they could, and absolutely I appreciate everything. So.
And so we leave Island heading to Japan. You did your research. You said you've seen their page and the physiques that the other competitors bring. So how do you think you fare in your division as far as your package?
So I did do a show off Island last year, and that was me thinking, you know, I need to win I need to come home winning, you know. And I think with that experience, it really prepared me for this show, because I was able to see where these girls, what level and what standard of package they bring to the stage. So after I saw how I looked for this Guam show, I felt like I really can stand with these girls. I do think I have hopefully a really good chance, and if I could just take this trip as an experience, or this either way, I get something out of it, you know?
Yeah, and you're fortunate enough, your coach Steve is going out there with
Yes.
you. And what are some of these final preparations that he's made for you and telling you in order so you are ready for competition day?
So for this, preparing for this show, he actually put in more time training me. So of course, you know, for Guam, I do train with him at least 3 times a week, but other days I'd be on my own. This show, we went all out. We trained almost every day. I made sure I did my cardio. We didn't change so much in diet, because the longer you're on this diet, that it all tunes in with how lean you get with the cardio kicking in as well, you know. So these last few days matter the most, because it's the water. Everything he bases it off of I. So with him coming along with me, it really like lowers my anxiety, because other than that, I wouldn't be able to really know if I'm doing the right thing, or if I should have more of this or more of that, or lay off of this. So.
Anybody else you want to thank before I let you go?
Man, I just want to thank everyone, like especially my coach Steve. Thank you for believing in me. He actually, he's the one who told me about this show, and he told me I had a good chance. So without him, I really wouldn't be able to bring this physique and represent Guam. Again, I want to thank everyone who supports me, my family, my friends, all the companies who reach out to me, and they just believe in this drive that I have for this sport and what I'm trying to pursue. So thank you.
Any social media tags you want anybody that wants to follow your journey, or, you know, send some love and some good luck spirits to you?
I do have an Instagram. It's just Jeralyn Mesa. It is, I don't really have many followers, but I mean, I appreciate any wishes, any support. Thank you.
All right, well, good luck.
Stick
around. We're coming back with your direct on Athlete of the Week. Hey, welcome back to In the Zone. Dave Delgado here with our direct on Athlete of the Week, Kristian Zanis. Now, first off, first year wrestling, man, and you decided to give the sport a try in your senior year over at Teason High School.
Yes. Well, actually, I wanted to join, but my brother would push me the years prior to this, and I guess to have a solid MMA background would be wrestling, so that's what also pushed me to join this year, and yeah, I look forward to it.
And wrestling is one of those sports you definitely have to be dedicated to the sport because of the grueling training sessions that you guys have. Let's talk about what it is like out there training at Teason High and being on the wrestling team.
Oh, it's hard, especially with Coach Nate, who's an Olympic wrestler. Coach Nate, he pushes us. Even Coach Steve, and then we have a couple hardworking assistant coaches too that push us, and they just want the best out of us. So the practices are hard, but it's all worth it in the end, because that's all we really want is to have fun and to probably get the wins.
And you're starting your senior season off 2-0 right now. Had a big tough match against Southern High's Ellie Pakaigui, in a match where you had some goals in mind because of what happened in the preseason.
Yeah, Ellie actually, he beat me in the preseason, and he beat me fast. Like, he ankle picked me, and it was so fast that I didn't even see it coming, and he pinned me right away. So after that, I guess I took it home, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this guy beat me again. So it was my goal to beat him.
And it was a very tough win. You ended up getting the pin against Ellie, but you know, wrestling is one of those sports too where you look forward to having tough opponents only because you really want to put yourself out there and test yourself, because it's one of those things too, like you say, you go home and you figure out, okay, well, these are the things I need to work on.
Yes.
And so when I do get my opportunity again, I'm able to capitalize on that.
Yes. That's actually how I feel like I beat him. In my opinion, he still is the better wrestler, skill-wise, but I just saw an opportunity and I went for it. And
the remainder of this year's season, you know, you still have several matches, but All Island Gold is definitely something you're looking forward to. But, you know, looking at this year's season, you and Ellie on top of the division, any other wrestlers in your weight class that you've heard about or you're looking forward to getting on the mat with?
Not that I know of, but whoever brings the challenge, I'm up for it.
And, you know, your coach, he's going through some medical problems too. I had a talk with him. Very inspiring, man. He's one of those guys that if anybody you want to get out there, fight for, and dig deep for, having a guy like that in your corner is definitely a plus.
Yeah, especially considering his medical condition and the fact that he's able to come to practice and just teach us all that stuff. That means a lot to me. You know, I appreciate that, which is why when I get on the mat, I don't want to disappoint him, and I want to do my best.
And, you know, he talked about being a fighter and instilling that, I'm sure, with the training sessions and working out with you guys. But if you can look back and try to remember some of the things that they have told you guys to keep you guys motivated. Because, man, being on the mat, man, I mean, when you're tired and that cotton mouth kicks in, you can't even swallow, and you got to dig deep in. So what are some of the encouraging words that you just remember in the back of your head that keeps you going out there on the mat?
Well, Coach Nate, he tells us straight up as it is. He's blunt with it. He just says wrestling's a tough sport. If you're not tough, you know, and it's not for you, you can leave no hard feelings. That's what it is. It's either you're up for it or you're not.
Before I let you go, anybody out there you want to give a shout out to on the wrestling team, or anybody out there watching?
Well, shout out to my teammates and my coaches, and shout out to any wrestler in the 120 division who wants it. So.
Hey, on notice, my man right here, 120-pound division. Let's get it. Well, that's going to do it for us here at In The Zone. We'll catch you next Thursday on KUAM Facebook page.